Today on the channel, we're going to check out this Jerry Cantrell Firefly talk box. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to check out this Jerry Cantrell Firefly talk box by MXR. I've had this pedal sitting around for a while. I borrowed it from a friend and it's never been used. It's been opened up, but it hasn't been used, and I wanted to test it out and see what it was all about, and I figured I'd showcase it on the channel for everybody to see. I've used a Heil talk box in the past, which is the original. I believe it's the original talk box, the famous one that Richie Sambora used and Joe Walsh, you know, the legends, Peter Frampton. Talk boxes are pretty complex devices. The original talk box is a metal box that's got a speaker built into it, and you run your amplifier into it like it's a speaker cabinet, and then you run the talk box to the speaker. The straw goes into your mouth. The sound of the amplifier comes out of your mouth into the microphone, out through the PA. It's an ordeal. Sound guys hate it. It's a lot to bring around, and a lot of times you might only use it for one song. So this should be a more economical, easy to set up and usable pedal. That's my impression of this anyway, from what I know about it. So I thought we'd take a look at it on the channel and see exactly what it's like. So let's take it out of the box and take a look at what it looks like physically, and then I'll plug it in and we'll do a full audio test. Now this has been opened before, but it's unused. So out of the box, it's got a clip. This is a clip for your microphone stand that's gonna hold the hose that goes into the pedal and into your mouth ultimately. This has a AC adapter, so it comes with its own power adapter, which is included with this pedal. And then inside the power adapter box, it's got different adapters. So if you're using it internationally, you've got different plugs for different types of power situations that you may need. So if you're traveling on tour, playing in other countries, or if you just are from another country and order this pedal, you should be set up. Now the talk box comes wrapped in this plastic bag, and it's quite heavy. This pedal is pretty intense. Now the Heil talk box, the one I was telling you about earlier, is about the size of this box itself, and it weighs probably about 15 pounds because it's got an actual speaker inside this steel encasing, and that's where the sound of your amplifier comes out of and through the straw. But this should emulate everything and come out of the straw. It's got an input and an output for your guitar, and on the top of the pedal, I'll get some close-up views of this in a minute, but you've got a volume, tone, and a gain. So this has got the gain. Rather than using your amplifier gain, you've got a gain on this box, because your amplifier gain on a Heil talk box, your amplifier gain that runs into the speaker in the Heil, that gain of your amplifier is what drives the sound of the talk box itself. So it looks like this one is set up to have the gain and the tone, everything inside this pedal. And the straw is a big straw, and it's going to go in the center of this this pedal right here. My dog's here walking in front of me. All right, go on. So inside the box, when we take a look inside here, this is the sealed, unused straw that's going to go into the pedal. So let me open this up and take a look at it. Now, if you're going to play with this thing a lot, you know, and from my experience, it's you know, it's kind of gross because you're putting this thing in your mouth, and you don't want you want to clean this thing up, you know, when you're done playing with it at the end of your shows, and use some rubbing alcohol and some sanitizer, because this thing's going to get thrown around on stage. But this is something that you want to keep clean and kind of take care of. I think Home Depot actually sells this kind of straw. So if this were to get lost or damaged, you just have to find some kind of an adapter that goes on the end, another larger piece of hose that will go onto the pedal. So let's look at this. Let me get closer to the camera. So this part of the straw here should go inside the pedal. It creates an airtight seal like this, okay? And then you're gonna run this cable or this straw up your microphone stand into your mouth, okay? Then it's gonna should go through a microphone. And when it goes through a microphone, that's when you're gonna be able to get the sound. So let's plug this thing in. I'm going to get it set up, and I'll show you the complete setup and demonstrate what this looks like, how to get it to work, and give you my honest review of the pedal, okay? Cool. Okay, so here's a close-up of this pedal right here, all right? So on the back side of it, like I said earlier, there's an input and an output. Now, when the pedal is engaged, the light will light up like this, okay? And that will turn on the actual talk box itself. When it's disengaged, you'll go to your amp. When this is turned on, your amplifier turns off completely. Now, I don't like the way that sounds. That's not how I use a talk box. I always blend my amplifier with the talk box because it just it sounds fuller. When you do this and turn on your amp and turn off your amp, you just lose a lot of volume on stage, and it's kind of weird. So the way I do it is I run an A/B splitter. Now this is optional, but this way I can run my amp and the talk box at the same time. But what I've got is my guitar input. I'm plugging my guitar straight into here, and this is my talk box. The B channel goes to the talk box here, and this A channel is going out to my Friedman. Okay, so when I have both engaged, when both lights are on, the talk box and the Friedman are running together, okay? If I turn off the Friedman, then it's just the talk box. But this gives me the ability to run the talk box sound and the amplifier at the same time, okay? So the way this works is on your microphone, the talk straw is run along your microphone cable like this, or along your microphone stand. Now, normally what you do is you would, clip this to your stand with the included clip that's in the box. But I'm just setting this up for demo purposes, and I use painter's tape just because it's easy to get off. If you use gaff tape, it'll take forever. So anyway, this is how it's set up, and then the sound of the talk box. This is essentially a distortion pedal that runs the distortion through this straw and into the microphone through your mouth. Now I've got this little Fesley Busker amp. This is just for practice purposes, but normally you would run this through another amplifier or straight into the PA system would be preferred. Have the sound guy run this through the PA. This would not be your backup microphone. This would just be your microphone for the talk box. You would need another microphone for your backup vocals because the levels and the EQ will be different. Hopefully that makes sense. So when I do this demo, what I'm doing is I'm going to be running a live mic in the room through my camera, but I'm going to be playing through this amplifier here with my talk box. Now I've got this thing set on almost full gain. So you got to run distortion. It's got to have that gainy sound, and I turn the tone up quite a bit, and the volume is at max. So it's the loudest possible signal coming through this straw. So you're hearing the talk box coming through that little Fesley, and then my guitar is going to be going through this Friedman 2x12, okay? So let's check that out. All right, so here we are. I've got my live camera microphone activated, so I apologize for the poor audio quality, but this is the only way I could think of doing this and having it make any sense. So on screen I've got an image of, or a video of the talk box and my Morley A/B switch, okay? So right now I don't have anything activated, okay? Now if I turn the talk box on, the amplifier behind me, the guitar amp, is not on. Now you can hear that. That's coming through this straw. Now I've got the gain activated on this Jerry Cantrell talk box, so it's got a gainy sound. Now I've got the tone boosted quite a bit so that it's got a nice bright sound. Now when I put my mouth up over this tube, right, it's going to feed through the microphone into the amplifier that's on the Busker amplifier, this little Fesley amp. So it sounds like this. Again, it's not going through my guitar amplifier. It's either through the PA or through another amplifier. You can't run it through your guitar rig. It just doesn't work that way. And you make the vowel shapes with your mouth, and the sound of the amplifier goes through your mouth into the microphone. So if you did like a Man in a Box, for instance. Or Living on a Prayer. It takes a while to get used to it. You got to put the straw kind of in the side of your mouth, and your microphone has to be right in front of your mouth so it picks up the sound of this amp. Now the Heil talk box that I was talking about earlier works the same exact way. It just instead of having a distortion built into the box and running this way, this thing's got distortion built into it. You would use your amplifier distortion to drive the speaker in a Heil. So this is lighter and more economical, but you still need a separate way to run the sound through a PA system to do it, right? Okay, there are other talk boxes out there that you can run it differently, but this one I like. This is pretty nice. All right, now if I run my Friedman behind me sounds like this. Okay, so cool. Now if I run the two together, what I was talking about earlier is I get it so it's blended together as balanced as I can get it, and it sounds like this. So I'll do Living on a Prayer with my Friedman and the talk box together. See, now when I turn off the talk box, it's just the amplifier. I have the freedom to go back and forth. It just gets really thin if you turn the talk box on and you turn the amplifier off. It creates sort of a, there's a big lag right there. I like to have both at the same time. This is a really nice pedal. I gotta say, I'm impressed with it. It's pretty heavy, so I mean it would be a heavy addition to your pedal board. But truthfully, for what it is, it's kind of a one-trick pony. And if you've got Man in a Box, or Do You Feel Like I Do, or Rocky Mountain Way, Living on a Prayer, It's My Life, stuff like that, or if you just want to write a song with a talk box, this is a great alternative. So, but anyway, if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing. Comment below, and as always, have a great day. Peace out.